It's December 16th, JLD here, and welcome to MSTR Today and the Treasury Titans. Nothing in this video is financial advice, but I will say it is my birthday today. So anybody that wants to wish me a happy birthday in the comment section, let me thank you in advance because I'm here even on my birthday. I'll be here on Christmas Day, New Year's Day. I'll be here every day of the year creating a video for you on MSTR, on the Treasuries, because that's my commitment. So thank you for being here. Much appreciated. And Michael Saylor wants us to know that he is still bullish. This man is still bullish. He is locked and loaded. And we can see that by things like this. The fact that Strategy acquired another 10,645 Bitcoin for $980 million at an average of $92,000 per Bitcoin, has achieved a Bitcoin yield of 24.9% year to date. As of 12/14/2025, we hodl 671,268 Bitcoin, acquired for $50 billion at 74,972 per Bitcoin. This man is relentless. And Jeff wants us to know that we are 350 days through 2025. Strategy has purchased 223,798 Bitcoin, averaging 641 Bitcoin per day. Just to note, there's 450 Bitcoin that are mined per day. MSTR is purchasing 142.5% of the daily mine supply. And that's why when Saylor says this, he means it. We can buy more Bitcoin than the sellers can sell. It's just math. Keep on buying Saylor. I love it. Chris says twice in 2 weeks now, Strategy has raised $1 billion to buy Bitcoin. Saylor absolutely knows something. Absolutely. And Chris also posts that Strategy now owns 671,000 Bitcoin. That means for every $1,000 that Bitcoin appreciates, Strategy's balance sheet increases by over $671 million. Let's go. And I love these charts, the weekly ATM proceeds. Strife brought in 18 million. Strike basically nothing. Stride 82 million, had a monster week. They didn't touch Stretch, which I expected, even though Zinx thought that we were going to. Zinx, little head nod there. Not correct. Stretch was 0. They're not going to touch that till 100, it looks like, which is kind of the plan. And then, of course, they're just going to absolutely go brrr over 100. And MSTR, 888 million. Look at this monster. Stride with a big old chunky chunk. Strife with a little something something. I can't wait till we get to add back onto Stretch too. It'll be absolutely a blast. And then here we go. These last 3 weeks, the MSTR proceeds, as you can see, have been absolute beasts. Absolute beasts. I love it. Love to see it. Very exciting times to be on the MSTR train. Now, if only Bitcoin price action would coordinate, life could be good. Grayscale fades Bitcoin 4-year cycle post the Bitcoin archive. In a new report, Grayscale argues the 4-year cycle may no longer apply due to 1, no parabolic bull market overshoot, 2, ETPs and DATs reshaping market structure, and 3, a structurally bullish macro backdrop. Grayscale expects new highs in 2026. And again, look at this. This is what the market used to look like the last 4 cycles. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have been in this choppy, crabby, up and down. And again, this is on a logarithmic scale, which is key to know. So this is actually what it does look like when you break it down log scale wise. It's just been in this channel. So if you think that one of these are coming back, Grayscale says, well, we expect a strong year in 2026, but the days of an 80x return, they're likely behind us, and that's okay. Adam says, this guy has 2 million subscribers on YouTube, doesn't understand Bitcoin yield, doesn't understand the debt is convertible debt, and pulls up legal language in the preferred prospectus as if it represents existential liquidation risk, quote unquote, or I should say, quote from this guy. Let me say from this clueless guy, the best time to buy Bitcoin is when Saylor goes bankrupt, is an actual quote. There is a cognitive barrier to understanding strategy. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and this is why some people will never get it. I'm going to go listen to this just so I can have a nice little fun comedy. Like, it's just, yes, Bitcoin has been brutal in 2025. Yes, Strategy's price action has been brutal in 2025. But if you understand what Strategy has been doing as a business, as a company, launching 5 preferreds, now up to 671,000 Bitcoin, what the future holds for this company, it is absolutely unbelievable. And people just don't want to put in the work. That's fine. Like, people are busy. They want to focus on other things. That's okay. But just to be clueless and post about it, that's just unexcusable or inexcusable. Sorry. Adam says, every generation got poor. Every generation was told to work harder. Every generation watched the rich get richer while the money got faker. You're not struggling because you're lazy. You're struggling because they can print money and you can't. Fix the money, fix the world. And Hermé in the house. These are 5 ways JP Morgan and other banks could leverage MSTR's massive Bitcoin treasury. Because there's a lot of people out there right now that are like, I don't get, like, what could these partnerships look like? With Michael Saylor's going to these banks, he's talking to these banks, he's having conversations with sovereigns, he's having conversation with nation states. What can Michael Saylor actually do? Well, one, banks can lend fiat to Strategy using its Bitcoin treasury as collateral through regulated custodians, earning interest while providing low-cost credit. And how does Strategy benefit? Well, Strategy benefits by borrowing low-cost fiat from banks using its Bitcoin treasury as collateral, accessing liquidity without selling Bitcoin, obviously. Number 2, banks can conduct repo transactions with Strategy, temporarily exchanging cash for Bitcoin with a repurchase agreement for short-term yield. Now, what does Strategy get from that? Well, Strategy gains short-term cash through repo transactions with banks exchanging Bitcoin temporarily while maintaining long-term ownership, which of course is the key. Number 3, banks can buy Strategy originated Bitcoin linked structure notes or securities to gain exposure and optimize balance sheet capital without direct purchases. Now, what does Strategy get out of that? Well, Strategy earns revenue by originating and selling Bitcoin linked structure notes or securities to banks seeking optimized balance sheet exposure. Insane. This is what happens when you have 671,000 Bitcoin, 3.3% of the total supply. Amazing. 4, banks can partner with Strategy on Bitcoin banked lending, handling, custody, and settlement while earning fees and referring clients mutually. What does Strategy get? Well, Strategy generates fee-based income through partnerships with banks on Bitcoin-backed lending, including custody, settlement, and client referrals. 5, banks can invest or underwrite Strategy's convertible notes or stock for indirect leveraged Bitcoin exposure. What does Strategy get? Strategy funds its Bitcoin acquisitions more efficiently as banks invest in or underwrite its convertible notes or stock for indirect Bitcoin exposure. Now, let me just take a step back here. These are all ways that Strategy is just going to generate income, going to generate dollars based off of its incredible 671,000 and growing Bitcoin stack. And what are they going to do with that dirty fiat? They're going to buy more Bitcoin. That's the beauty of this model. So listen, I've got a couple great clips. One of Michael Saylor, one of not Fong Lee, but of Tom Lee. So sit back, relax. Don't forget to wish me a happy birthday and have a great day. Michael Saylor just made an $835 million bet buying the Bitcoin dip. Right now, Bitcoin's fallen almost 40% off its October high, and the big money is buying the dip. What's your strategy? Now might be a great time to convert your IRA or 401k to Bitcoin with the help of Bit IRA. Plus, you can fund it with pre-tax funds, then continue to invest it over time as you do any other retirement accounts. Bit IRA protects your assets with end-to-end insurance, highly secure storage, multi-encryption, and registered with the U.S. government. Your IRA is fully IRS compliant. Best of all, you can trade crypto within your retirement account without incurring taxes on any buys or sells. Just go to bitira.com/JLD and request a free info guide. Once you do that and open your IRA, you'll get a free ledger. Bitcoin has proven time and time again to rebound, every cycle going from a higher low to a higher high. With Strategy's latest purchase, Michael Saylor clearly believes Bitcoin is at a discount. Time for you to get in too. Go to bitira.com/JLD to open a tax-sheltered IRA in Bitcoin. When you're ready to build your complete business identity, you want to do it fast and right. With Northwest Registered Agent, you can build your business identity in just 10 clicks in 10 minutes. When you want more, start your business with Northwest. Everything you need to launch and protect your business all in one place. Your business identity isn't just your logo or website, it's everything that represents you. From what customers see to what they don't, legal filings, state licenses, secure domains, and compliance tools. Northwest gives you more privacy, more tools, and more guidance so you can focus on growing your dream. For nearly 30 years, Northwest has helped entrepreneurs like us build confidently. You can form your business for just $39 plus state fees, backed by real corporate guides, people who know your state's laws and have your back every step of the way. Don't wait. protect your privacy, build your brand, and get your complete business identity in just 10 clicks in 10 minutes. Visit www.northwestregisteredagent.com/paidJLD and start building something amazing. Get more with Northwest Registered Agent at www.northwestregisteredagent.com/paidJLD.
Well, crypto's had a rough year. It was actually having a great year until October 10th, because on October 10th, Bitcoin was up 36% for the year. And now it's currently, I think it's like flat for the year. So it lost a lot of its gains. I'm still very optimistic, because crypto still has its best years ahead. But crypto should have had a good year this year, and it was on track to, until there was a liquidity crisis on October 10th. That was a bigger wipeout in terms of liquidation than any event in history. The most recent one before this would have been 2022 with FTX. And that wipeout pales in comparison to what happened on October 10th. But in 2022, it took 8 weeks before crypto, the smoke cleared, the leverage wipeout was enough in the mirror that crypto prices began to recover. This week is the 8th week since that crisis. And I think crypto prices are beginning to actually recover. That's why I think Bitcoin can double from here by the end of January. Now, many people don't expect it because of the 4-year cycle. And that's going to be the big question. If Bitcoin breaks 125 in January, there is no 4-year cycle.
You have an extra $1 million, Michael. Where will you invest? And give me a percentage, please.
Bitcoin. I bought 960 million of Bitcoin last week. I bought nothing of anything
That's the
else.
company money. I want to know your money.
I would buy Bitcoin.
The whole $1 million.
Whenever I have money, I buy Bitcoin.
Oh my God.
I don't sell the Bitcoin. I just buy the Bitcoin. Because for me, if you believe in Bitcoin, as I said, I expect it to go up 30% a year. That's the risk-free rate. So
is it?
So every investment I could consider would have to be 30% without risk for me to consider it. So if you promised me 40% returns for the next 20 years on a monopoly, that would be about equivalent to what I'd get from Bitcoin, but I couldn't be sure. So I'd probably still buy the Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a digital monopoly on capital growing 30% a year. You can buy it at 1 times revenue. Any CEO, any investor given a chance to buy a monopoly growing 30% a year at 1 times revenue would think that's the best deal they've ever had in their life. We've done that deal over and over again. I will do that deal over and over again. And I would tell everybody else it's the best deal in the world if you're a financial investor. What's the second best? There is no second best.